What's up guys, my name's Steven. Today I'm going to be showing you how I do my weekly meal prep. We're going to be going through all the raw materials that I use, the actual cooking of the meals, and then me putting the meals together themselves. I have been doing this for about 2 years now. I'm not a fitness instructor, not a nutrition expert, anything like that. This is a really basic meal prep, nothing too complex, and not too much going on here. Alright, so we're going to be going through all the raw ingredients here. Got 1 bag of broccoli, 1 bag of French green beans, some meat here, turkey patties, organic chicken breast tenderloins, and then we got mac and cheese, whole grain rice, some butter, soy sauce, Italian dressing, some fruit juice, and the meal containers themselves. So yeah, as you can see, you can actually get all this for less than $100. And the meal containers, you can reuse those. And the soy sauce and dressings, depending on how much you use, you don't have to buy those every week either. As you can see here, you want to have a lot of pots and pans ready to go so you can cook multiple things at once. If you don't have enough pots and pans, it's really just going to take too long. So you want to start off with getting as much of the meat going as possible. As you can see here, we're pouring soy sauce on the turkey burgers and putting them in the oven just so they can get going while everything else is cooking. Save some time. Put the chicken in a pan on a stove, and then we put some dressing over the top. Helps keep the moisture in when you're cooking, and it also helps the chicken not dry out when you go to reheat it. Now, some of you watching this may be wondering, can I use other foods? Can I use asparagus for the vegetables? Or can I use mashed potatoes instead of the rice? The answer is yes, but I can tell you after doing this over 100 times, these are definitely my personal favorite, and they are foods that definitely still taste pretty good after even 1 week in the fridge. I have tried some things like beef for the meat and ham, asparagus, carrots, mashed potatoes, fish. They just don't really taste all that good after a few days in the fridge, and I would definitely recommend using these foods if you're looking to do just weekly meal prep. And this meal prep really is something that you should do weekly. If you don't do it weekly and try to do it every few days, you're just going to get off rhythm and tell yourself you don't have time to do it. It's better to just have 1 day of the week that you set aside for an hour or two that you know you're going to do these meals. And these meals really will stay good for 1 whole week, especially if you use exactly what I am showing in this video. I know I kind of touched on this earlier, but anything that you do cook should have some kind of moisture in it, whether it be butter or some kind of sauce or dressing. This will help the microwave thoroughly heat the food. Microwaves work by removing moisture particles and creating heat. And as you can see here, we're just finishing up the last couple things. And as you've seen, none of this stuff really is too hard to cook. I mean, anyone can do this, nothing too complicated. Now we take the burgers out of the oven, we put them in the pan on the stove, and they're already partially cooked. I want to give a big shout out to my mom and my sister for helping me cook this and make this video. If you're a beginner at this, you should definitely wait until everything's done so you can kind of see how much of everything you have and that you're not wasteful. I like to have all my containers laid out right here in front of me. That way I can see exactly what I'm putting in each meal. And if you replicate all the portions of what I've laid out in this video, you should end up with about 14 meals for the week, which will give you at least 2 healthy meals for the day. And as you can see here, some of the meals I make are big, some are small. Kind of just depends on what I'm feeling, how hungry I am. And keep in mind, I'm in my mid-20s, pretty active, so I make the meals quite large. It's pretty much 3 full plates of food. There's 8 different variations of meals you can make with this, and you should try to mix it up as much as possible, just so you're not eating the same thing every day. And as I'm finishing up with the meat here, I think I mentioned this earlier, but your goal really should be to not have any leftover food. And try to not be wasteful. And just finishing up with the last pieces of meat here. All that's left to do is put the lids on, and then you just have to refrigerate them, and you're good to go. So this is pretty much it, guys. This is what all the meals look like. It takes about an hour to do, and it's a really great way to eat healthy, especially during this time of the pandemic when a lot of people are at home and eating at home more. There's no excuse to not eat healthy, save a bunch of money, and this is super simple, and they taste amazing. Thank you guys for watching.